If you want more leads to book more strategy discovery calls, then this is the proven funnel template to copy. Timestamps below, along with some other helpful links and resources to building out your B2B funnel. Now, this all starts with your prospect pool. Now, that is where are we actually going to find prospects to bring to our website and funnel in the first place. Now, this is of course a video in and of itself, but generally you're going to go content, so that's going to be YouTube or blogging, or you're going to do some sort of direct outreach via cold email or LinkedIn. So I'll leave a link in the cards and the description to a full-blown guide that goes through all of these ideas and more, and how you can use simple YouTube videos like this one to add calls to action to get people over to your funnel. So we'll leave that for the other video. We'll jump into the first part of building your B2B funnel, and that's going to be your lead capture page. So what we don't want to do is send people to our homepage, right? Because there's links up top that you probably have a bunch of information, and that's just going to distract people from what you need them to do, which is join your email list so you can get them on the phone. So you'll use a simple page like this one to direct people to join your email list for something called a lead magnet. Now we'll get into a lead magnet in a moment, but what you're looking at here is one of our lead capture pages for a webinar for our Google Ads services. So you can see all we have is a headline, a nice little subheadline, made this GIF using Google Slides and Camtasia. Enter your name and email, they get immediate access to the training, and a couple bullet points and a self-quote. As you can see, there are no external links, and there's only one thing people can do on this page, which is join your email list to get the free offer. Now, before we jump into the lead magnet, we'll go back over to our diagram, and something that's important to note is this particular strategy, part of the strategy, works really well when you are creating content or using ads. If you're doing direct outreach, then you don't want to send people to this page. It's going to turn a lot of people off. And when we get to the booking sequence, you'll see where you should send people if you're doing any sort of direct outreach or contact. Now, this page works because of something called a lead magnet. After all, no one's going to join our email list or give us contact information just because we asked for it, right? We need to give them a justifiable reason. And so here we're going to create something of value in exchange for that contact information. Now, the good news is you don't have to do a 2-hour webinar here. So something like an audit, template, or insider report, just a quick PDF that helps them achieve a specific problem that they're dealing with or give them some insider information they're unaware of. The whole point of this lead magnet is to give someone an aha moment. So I'll leave a link in the cards and the description to a full-blown lead magnet guide that goes through lots of different ideas. You do not need to slave away creating a webinar or this really intricate sales letter or sales video. Simple PDF-based lead magnets can work really well for generating leads. And guess what? These are a lot easier to create. You can create a lot of them. And of course, you can always create the webinar later. So again, link in the cards in the description to that video that goes through all different types of lead magnet ideas. Now, something that's important with whatever type of lead magnet is at the end, there is a clear call to action. So in our PDF and template Word doc based lead magnets, you'll see here we have at the very end, we direct people to the next step in our process, whether that's our sales page or booking page. As an example, with our overly simplistic webinar page, this is just an embedded Vimeo video, we're not even using a webinar software. You can see there's this giant book a call button, and this is going to direct people to our booking page where we can hopefully actually get them on the phone. Now, of course, most people who watch a webinar that you put together or go through your lead magnet, they're not gonna click that book a call with you on the first try, right? So then we have our lead nurturing sequence. And so this is going to be 5 to 7 emails that go out automatically that, of course, deliver the lead magnet, number one, and then number two, just warms them up and talks about their problems, energizes them to take action, expands on the dangers of not doing anything. And so all of these emails will link over to your booking sequence, your actual booking page. And so that's going to be the last step in this process, your booking sequence. And so as an example, before we get into our diagram here, here's an example of what this page could look like. I use Book Like a Boss for our agency. Calendly is another good one. I used to recommend Setmore, but they have some settings that makes it a little hard to do this. And so you can see here, we just have a quick calendar embed, a couple of past client and student successes, and another quote. I make sure that we have an image of myself or someone on our team on every single page so that prospects know that they're in the right place. But jumping back over to our diagram here, you'll notice that when it comes to the cold outreach, the LinkedIn and the cold emails, that we skip everything we talked about. So if you're doing cold outreach, we don't send them to our lead magnet, we don't send them to our landing page. Once we have that direct contact conversation, we'll send them to the booking page. And the reason that we do that is because we've already had direct contact, right? And so any sort of lead nurturing or providing value should have happened in that conversation leading up to sharing your link to your booking page. So that's really important. Don't send people who you're cold outreaching to over to your landing page. When you're cold outreaching, you need to be ready to have those one-on-one conversations because people don't want to have direct contact and then be sent through an automated sequence. So when it comes to your booking page, obviously this is one that's really simple and easy to set up. I'll actually leave a link in the cards and the description to a full-blown guide that goes through a free software called Sesame.io to set all of your sales funnel pages up, and you can even set up automated email sequences on their free plan. And of course, most people, they'll say no, right? They won't book a call with you. But for those few that say yes, the second part of our booking sequence here is going to be an application. And so here's an example of one where we ask a couple of questions. This is using the free version of Google Forms. And of course, you can always get more complicated, but we've booked lots of strategy calls, game plan sessions, discovery calls, whatever you want to call it for your business using this simple form. We can, of course, see their answers beforehand. And if there are any red flags, we can go ahead and reach out to them. And this is a great way to pre-filter your prospects so you're not jumping on the phone with leads that you find out in the first 5 minutes are definitely not a good fit for whatever your product or service is. And that's all there is to it to creating your B2B funnel. So again, link in the cards in the description to some other videos to help you come up with your lead magnet ideas, goes through how to actually create content here on YouTube to drive leads over to your lead capture page, and a super long in-depth Sesame.io tutorial that walks you A to Z and everything in between setting up a funnel very similar to this one. So hit that like button, subscribe for more marketing guides just like this one, and until the next, keep building the business you love.